everybody, I'm Cody. This is Old School. And if you watched the last video, you know that our little stock bottom end 5.3 broke a rod and kicked it out of the side of the block. So let's get this thing yanked apart, find out what rod broke, find out what exactly happened, and let's get the new 6.0 built and down in her, maybe have her up and running by the weekend. Here we go. What up? So I got the spark plugs out of this thing. We know which cylinder is our culprit now, and that is cylinder number 8. Check her out. This is the only one that's all raw fueled up, so you can tell that it hasn't been firing, probably because the connecting rod is no longer connected. So all the other plugs look pretty damn good. I can't complain. I'll give you a look here. Pretty clean. I don't know how well you can see it. But anyway, the rest of them look absolutely terrific. I guess the good news is the end of the plug isn't all smashed in and beat up, which means hopefully the piston didn't collide with my cylinder head, because I would like to swap. These are some 243s. I got a little bit of work done to them, and I'd like to swap them over to the 6.0. Worst comes to worst, I have another set of 243s that I can use if I need to, but these ones are a little bit nicer, and I'd definitely like to put them on the new 6-liter short block. So hopefully that's a good sign. I didn't expect the plugs to look that good, but we're going to keep pressing on and keep taking things apart until we get this thing out and we can pop this bottom end apart and find out exactly what happened. So here we go. Yo, update. We got the intake and everything off, a bunch of stuff up out of the way. And if you look at cylinder number 7 here, on the back, you'll notice some oil buildup and whatnot. And if you'll look a little deeper, if you can see it, let's see if I can figure out how to not make a shadow here. You can see that chunk laying right there. Let me see if I can get it up here some. And it's all puddled up with oil on the valve there. Nice little chunk of metal. So that's definitely our cylinder. I'm gonna keep after it here. We're gonna get this thing out, yank some heads off, and see what the damage really is. But definitely cylinder 7 is our problem child. So catch you guys in a minute. So taking the nuts off of the head studs, fixing to get this driver's side head off so we can see the damage. And I thought I'd show y'all something real quick. Like when you run head studs, of course you got these washers, these dudes right here. Those are the bigger ones, and then you got your smaller ones that run across the top of the LS, right? Boom, 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 boom. Little ones go across there. And then you got these dudes that are down in here that are kind of a pain in the butt to get to, right? So getting them washers is kind of a pain. So just get you a little magnet right here. Check this guy out. These are on down in the hole there, and boom. She'll yank it right out for you, so you ain't got to fiddle fuck with it. They're a pain in the ass. Some of you may already know that, but I figure for the ones that don't, make your life easy. Boom, right on out. Same thing with the little dudes here. You can do the same thing. Just grab a corner of it, just like that, and wiggle that dude on up. Piece of cake. Don't fight them jokers. Get you a magnet, makes it a piece of cake. We're about to get this head off. We'll be back in just a minute. Got the head off. Y'all ready? I found the problem. On the plus side, the cylinder head don't look bad. I'll have to check to see if it bent the valves or not, make sure they're still sealing. But from the looks of it, we might be lucky here with the heads, which would be sweet. So I'm gonna see if I can ease this piston out. We're gonna get this other head off and we're gonna keep the ball rolling here, but it shattered a piston, broke a rod. The piston's still somewhat intact, as you can see, but it's pretty righteous. So I'm gonna keep digging. We'll see y'all in a bit. Well, got the piston fished out of the hole there. Let y'all take a peek. There she is. She is de-friggin-stroyed. There's the back side. Piece of the rod still hanging in there. So, hole number 7 checked out, boys. She's a donezo. So, and if you look down in the hole, I don't know how well you can see it, but the other end of the rod is still on the crank, bolted up and free. So that explains why I never lost oil pressure or anything. Basically the piston shot to the top of the cylinder and then kind of kept itself there. Rod clearanced itself and she kept running. So it's actually not as bad as it could have been. Still trashed the block, obviously. Be sweet if the crank won't run. We'll keep it around. But anyway, there we go. I was able to pull it right out of the top of the cylinder. So I'm gonna keep getting after it. We're gonna get this thing all the way out and then tear it down, save what we can save, and we're gonna jump right into the 6.0. So here we go. What up? She's out. So Here she is. I'm gonna get this TCI flex plate back here popped off. Get it set to the side. We're gonna get one of these engine stand heads bolted on this thing. And then keep tearing her down. We're getting her done. I found another problem this motor was having, and when I went to the track with the car trying to 60 harder than I had 60 previously with it, it would act like it would lose ignition signal sometime, and the car would just turn off, make a loud pop, but then it would fire right back up and ran good. Problem kind of come and go type of deal. It seemed like the harder I leaned on it was when it would do it, right? So trying to get the flex plate off. Check this out. Well, hold on, let me get the flex plate off and then I'll probably show you a little better, but let's see if I can show you what I'm talking about here. It's got a bunch of thrust play in it, is the moral of the story here. Well, you have to take my word for it. I ain't gonna bolt the flex plate back up, but moral of the story, that's definitely what was going on. It's got a ton of thrust, you know, forward and backward movement in the crankshaft, so the thrust bearing's got to be smoked in it too. So I guess it was only a matter of time. So good thing we're putting a fresh 6.0 in her. But here we go. What up, what up? She's all tore apart. Thought I'd show you guys a couple of things and then I'll probably edit a video up and get something out there. But here is number 7 rod. Smooth as silk still too, boy. So that's why I still have good oil pressure and shit. Makes no show sense. But I don't know how much you can see here. It didn't really hurt the crankshaft. You can see where, well, I don't know if that helps in here or not with that light, but anyway, there's a little bit of touching that went on there, nothing too serious. If you look down in there, kind of similar. Bottom of that piston just a little bit. I mean, I ain't reusing none of this, but some stuff's definitely savable out of it. I already got the cam out, and it looks pretty good. She didn't get tore up, so that's good. Lifters look great. Timing set, oil pump, all that stuff, great. Got everything out of it. So, windage tray got pretty beat up. As you can see, punched a hole in it, smacked it around some. But that was about the worst of it, really. You can see the mass amount of piston and rod pieces right there in the bottom of the pan I dug out of the oil. This is what it is. What's left of the old piston and rod. So yeah, this thing was tired. Like, it looks pretty good on the inside, but the thrust bearing was definitely gone out of it. Had a bunch of crankshaft walk in her. I think that was definitely what was causing my occasional issue with getting a crank signal, obviously. So she was tired, so I guess it's kind of a blessing in disguise to get going on the 6-liter now. But I pretty much saved everything I wanted to save out of this thing, and everything that I wanted to save is in good shape, so that's cool. So we're doing good. So now that I'm done with the 5.3, we'll set it off to the side. We're gonna get this 6.0 block on the other stand, get all the new parts laid out for it, and we'll start piecing this thing together. But got a little bit of cleaning up to do in here, a little bit of oil slung around, but not too bad. So we'll tidy up a few things, clean a few things up, but we're in good shape. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a video edited up, get it out there to you guys. See where we're at with the 5.3. She's retired, moving on to bigger and better things. We're gonna keep it moving. So I'll get back on this bad boy tomorrow. I'm gonna get me a little bit of sleep, and we're just gonna keep grinding. Appreciate you guys. Peace.